Hi, this is the Change and Grow Wellness Show, the show for you, the busy professional who wants to live a healthier, happier life with increased energy and productivity. And I'm Jackie Grant, I'm your host. This show is powered by the amazing Men and Women Positive Program. And tonight we are talking about what is restorative massage. Now, I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but I haven't. So we've got Laura Silverman on, and Laura is a massage and Reiki therapist, and she's going to tell us all about what is restorative massage. So, welcome, Laura.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. It's great to have you on the show.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, Laura, tell us a bit about how you got to do what you do. Like, how did you become a Reiki therapist and massage and focusing on massage?
Well, it all started probably around my 20s. I've always really been into alternative therapies and natural health for myself. And I was lucky enough to travel a lot in my 20s. And whilst I was traveling, I experienced quite a few different massages from around the world. And that sort of inspired me really in how great massage is and all of the benefits it provides. So I think it was around 2003 that I did my Reiki 1 course. That was really more for just myself really and to use on family and friends. But I always had it in the back of my mind that one day I'd have a treatment room and I'd actually work with Reiki. But that it took a bit longer before that happened. So I carried on with my travels and I was working in offices at the time, but I always knew that wasn't really my calling, and I always knew I wanted to do something else. And I knew I wanted to be a therapist, but I actually didn't know if I'd enjoy giving massages because I loved having them so much, but I enjoyed giving them. And when I met my husband, he thought I would enjoy doing massages, and actually I think he wanted me to do massages so he could get lots of massages. I think that was the motivation. But I thought, you know what, I'll never know unless I try. So I did like a 1-day taster course just to see if I enjoyed it, and I absolutely loved it. So that was about 10 years ago. So I was working in an office, so I just changed my hours, studied in massage, and that was it really. So I did my holistic training in 2010, and then since then I've done deep tissue massage training, I've done pregnancy, postnatal training, I've done seated acupressure, so I've built up on my skills, and I've also continued on my Reiki journey. I've done more Reiki training over the years, and then more recently I've discovered restorative massage, which is an incredible one and is what I'm going to be talking about today.
Brilliant. So now you've started on this journey and you've got to restorative massage. What is it?
Yeah, it's quite a new one actually. Like not many people have heard of it, and it's not known by everyone as restorative massage, but it's basically what it does, and it's what I've named it. So what it is essentially is it's completely different to your normal massage and what a lot of people are used to, which is having your muscles compressed from the outside to sort of release tension from the muscle tissue. But this is different. This actually works from the inside out. So you're actually working on your autonomic nervous system.
Okay.
So the autonomic nervous system is made up of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is when your body goes into the rest and repair mode, and your sympathetic nervous system, which is when you're in fight or flight response. So when we were like cavemen all those years ago, we would go into fight or flight when we were escaping a saber-toothed tiger, for instance. And it wouldn't be maybe hopefully that often that we would do that, but that's how our bodies get us away from danger.
Yeah.
But it's not healthy to be in fight or flight all the time. And in our modern lives, it seems that we are, every time we're in a stressful situation, whether it's having your phone beeping or your boss, breathing down your neck, or you're stuck in traffic and you've got to get somewhere, anything that's going to cause you a stress is going to activate the fight or flight response. So what happens is the blood will rush to your limbs, get you ready for flight, take the blood away from the rest of the body where it actually needs it. Places such as your digestive system. This is why when we're highly stressed, our digestive systems really suffer.
Yeah.
So in an ideal world, we want to be away from the fight or flight as much as possible, because that's when illness can occur, when you're in the fight or flight too often. So what the massage does, it puts you into the parasympathetic nervous system. So it takes you away from the fight or flight and puts you into that calmer state, that state where your body is going to naturally repair itself. And the techniques that are used in the massage are very, very gentle. So they're not at all like deep tissue, for instance, or Thai massage, or any of the really sort of heavy pressure massages. It's very, very light touch and gentle. It's very soothing, very calming. It puts the person into a really relaxed state, and that's when the deep healing can happen. And the techniques used, they actually imitate what we do when a baby's born and when we have a young child, and when we soothe them. So it's rocking, it's stroking, it's pressing. So when we're trying to get a baby to sleep, we rock the baby. When we're consoling a crying child, we cuddle them. All of these things calm us down, activate our parasympathetic nervous system. So we do all this for babies and children, but we forget about it for adults. And actually, adults need it just as much as children and babies. And especially adults that maybe are suffering loneliness, or maybe they live on their own, they don't get that touch. They don't get the activation of their parasympathetic nervous system as much as maybe they need. This sort of massage is great for that, and will give the body what it needs. The other thing the massage does is it works on old traumas that are stored in the brain. There's a part of the brain called the amygdala, and that's where the traumas are stored. So the traumas are stored over time in the brain and nervous system. And over time, if these traumas build up and build up and build up, they can then manifest in physical and mental ailments, emotional issues and stuff like that. And what this gentle touch does is it tells the nervous system it's safe. And if we think about it, the nervous system has been in existence for millions of years before actually human beings could talk. So the nervous system actually understands touch better than it understands talk. That's why it's really, really effective. So it works in a way, in a psychological way as well. And it reduces the build-up of trauma. And what that does in turn is it builds up resilience for the person, because where the trauma is building up and causing them to be maybe unwell, and causing them to maybe not cope with life because they're suffering maybe with too much stress and anxiety, for instance. Actually telling the brain it's safe and allowing it to release the traumas then reduces the load, and then the person feels that they've got more resilience, more ability to cope with everyday life and stresses, etc. So when I discovered this type of massage, I was just overwhelmed with it, really. I just found it incredible. It's like a revolutionary way of treating someone. And the effects can be much more long lasting, because you're literally working on the system of the body. And if you work on that regularly, it's just going to have like longer term effects, really. You can, I mean, deep tissue massage is amazing. It does get the tension out of a muscle, and it's really good for, blood circulation, etc. I found that with this restorative massage, it's getting much more to the root cause of the problem. Get rid of the trauma that's causing that physical pain, for instance, and the physical pain should go once the trauma has been released from the brain. So it's a very exciting therapy, I think, and I'm really enjoying giving it to my clients.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there was a few points that you kind of said which kind of resonated with me, in terms of, the fact that it's got that touch element, which is, the hugging. So it would not only support the parasympathetic nervous system, it would also support your love bonding, oxytocin hormone as well. So it would really be supportive of that, and especially because I work with clients that have hormone imbalance, that love bonding is really, really important for them. And although most people don't know,
Yeah.
Even you can even get love bonding from stroking the cat. So
Yeah, exactly. No, pet therapy is a big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like touch a pet and that calms you down. Yeah,
exactly. So it's and also I thought you'll probably have loads of people after we've gone through this lockdown because they'll be wanting to be stroked and hugged and everything else. Do you know what I mean? Gosh.
Yeah.
You know,
who doesn't like? Well, it's not for everyone, but if you're a huggy person, who doesn't like a hug? Who doesn't like that safe touch feeling?
Exactly. And it gives you that sense of belonging anyway, actually having that hug. And actually women are more prone to that tend befriend type, system of doing things. It's like, we generally meet up with our friends and have a moan and whatever. So we tend and befriend each other, where guys just don't bother their arse with all that. So,
they just have another beer, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how that kind of works.
Yeah. So but I think this is why actually this is a really good for men, because where men don't necessarily talk about their feelings, I have got guys who come to me for this treatment and they're just blown away by it, and it is just so effective, and it can give them what they need without them even having to talk about it, because some people, men and women, they don't always want to talk about their problems.
Exactly.
But this allows the same thing to happen through touch, which is amazing.
And also the fact that it supports, trauma, past trauma, like releasing past trauma, that's even more amazing. Do you know what I mean?
And it doesn't even have to be a big trauma. It can be something that you don't even remember, such as maybe falling over as a child when you're, say, 2 years old. You've got no memory of it. You fell over, you hurt yourself, no one came to your rescue. You didn't express that emotion fully, and instead it's stored in your body. Or it could be something you remember. It could be something that, maybe you had an argument with someone, and again, you didn't really express the emotion. You just, blocked it out, and again, it's stored. Or it could be something big. It could be a big trauma you've been through that you're very conscious of. But a lot of the time, it's a lot of the build-up of many, many, many unconscious traumas that we go through all the time. You don't have to be someone who's actually affected by trauma. I'm not traumatized. I don't need this massage. It's not that at all. It's everyone's had these tiny little things where they felt a sense of loss in their life for whatever reason, loss of self, loss of job, loss of identity, loss of relationship, loss of anything at all, and that's a trauma. So we've all got it in us, even if we've had the happiest lives.
So in terms of this type of massage, would you have had to have done like some form of massage before, like in terms of your qualification, or can you do this as a standalone? Would that be?
Oh, first, people wanted to train in it, you mean? Yeah, the course I did, you had to have done massage training to attend the course. So you have to have done your holistic massage training, and presumably your anatomy and physiology as well. You do have to have an understanding of that, really.
Of course. And in terms of the setup, is the setup the same as if you went for a deep tissue massage or Swedish or massage?
Yeah, it's slightly different actually. And there are a few different ways you can actually give the massage. When I'm doing a deep tissue massage on someone, obviously they'll come into the room, I leave them to undress, and they'll lay under towels, and I just remove the towel to work on that particular part of the body. With this particular massage, you actually can keep the client completely clothed. You can also put a sheet or a blanket over them. So it's whatever they feel comfortable with, because there are people that don't want to be touched. They don't want to have skin to skin. And they really just prefer to have that extra comfort of a few layers over them. And then there's other people who really enjoy the skin to skin and maybe having a bit of oil on their skin. So it's quite flexible, really. And what I do tend to do with new clients is just speak to them about it, decide what they would prefer. If they're not really sure, I just try one or the other. And then they feedback. And then if they come again, they can have the other one or the same again. And it's totally their call. And I always do a full consultation before any treatment. And with the restorative massage, it's normally actually quite a long consultation. It can get quite in depth.
Okay.
And but the person, you know, gives me as much information as they feel they want to.
Yeah.
And in that, I discuss all of their requirements, really. So that's the main difference, really. I tend to keep the person on their front and then turn them over onto their back, so they're not just laying in one position for too long, because that can get uncomfortable, which is similar to a normal massage.
Yeah.
But yeah, that the main thing is that they can still be fully clothed and still get the benefit from the massage.
And where did this massage come from? You know, what?
There's a guy called Jerry Hives. I don't know if you've heard of him. He started the no hands massage technique quite a few years ago now, and he's been doing that. Yeah, he's been doing that training quite a long time, and he is a psychologist and a massage therapist.
Okay.
So he's studied both sides of it, and he's the one that's looked into all the new neuroscientific research that's come up about working on the nervous system. And he's put together this, he calls it massage for trauma, but I call it restorative massage, because I just think it's a nicer way of putting it.
Yes,
and,
of course.
But it's basically the same thing. So it's working on the traumas, and it's healing the person with touch therapy, massage therapy, and also working psychologically as well. So it's his brainchild, really,
right?
Which he's been putting together over time, and it's very new. It's very new. Yeah, it's only really been last year that he started all of the training. So I'm quite lucky that I was one of the first to learn it.
Oh, brilliant! Wow, that's amazing. So, Laura, tell us a bit about the clients that you currently work with at the moment. You know, because of course you do this, but you also do Reiki, and you do your normal massage. So what would your typical client be? I know you covered a little bit about them.
Yeah, it is hard to explain a typical client, actually. I do have a real wide range of clients. Like, probably my youngest client is late teens, early 20s, and my oldest client, I've massaged people in their like early 90s. Like, it has ranged a lot.
Wow.
But I see a hell of a lot of people that work in offices that have very stressful jobs. They don't have the best posture because of the way they're sitting at their desk, for instance. So they come a lot with back pain and other sort of pain throughout the body due to posture, and also just stress, how they're holding their body while they're stressed. I probably see more females than males, but I do see a lot of men as well. Yeah, I mean, I've got clients who are builders, I've got clients who are like therapists as well, nutritionalists, property developers. Like, it just, so I couldn't say I see one sort of person who has one sort of job. All sorts of people seem to come through, but I do seem to work with a lot of people who have backache, shoulder ache, neck ache. That is very common.
Right.
But since doing the restorative massage, people are coming to me with more emotional issues, like sleep problems or anxiety, stress, things like that. And I think, like, those more emotional things run deeper, don't they?
Yes.
So that's where I tend to suggest the restorative massage. Also Reiki. I do combine Reiki a lot into my treatments, and I do the restorative massage with Reiki a lot of the time, and also deep tissue massage with Reiki, because I think they actually combine really, really well. Sometimes people need a bit of both, and that's great. Some people come in and they say, I've got really bad neck, but I also can't sleep. So I say, okay, well, we'll do a deep tissue massage on your neck, and then we'll do the rest restorative massage and Reiki that will go deeper and really help your sleep and your stress and your anxiety and stuff like that.
Well, that's brilliant. So, you know, really you're tailoring it to what the individual presents with. So, that's really good.
Everyone gets a different treatment, really, to suit them.
That's brilliant. That's great. So, Laura, tell people where our listeners where they can find you, your website, your socials.
So I'm based in Hatfield Heath, and for people who don't know where that is, it's near to Bishop Stortford. It's about 4 miles from Bishop Stortford and about 2 to 3 miles, I think it is, from Sawbridgeworth. So on the borders of Essex and Hertfordshire. I've got a treatment room behind my house, and it's really lovely and cosy, I have to say. So that's where I see most of my clients. I haven't really spoken about this, but it's probably worth me mentioning. I do have a side business as well, where I do seated chair massage, where I go into offices in London and the home counties. So I do have that as an option as well. I don't just work from home. I go off to offices and events and festivals and wherever I can take my massage chair. And I've got a team of therapists that work with me, really, so we can cover quite a lot of offices, really, because I've got probably about 6 at the moment in my team. So so that's also part of my setup. My website address is www.laurasilverman.co.uk. My Facebook and LinkedIn come under Laura Silverman Massage and Reiki Therapist. I think that's probably all the details.
Brilliant. And have you got any freebies that you could be given to my audience?
Freebies. I mean, at the moment, I've had to shut everything down at the moment just because of the current situation. So when I'm set up again, I can definitely offer something. I have to actually have a think about it. Sorry, I haven't prepared anything for that.
That's okay.
Can I send you something that you can put onto your page? Would that be okay?
That's brilliant. That's cool. So have you got any final words that you want to tell our listeners about restorative massage?
Well, just to explain maybe how it can reduce stress and anxiety and how it can improve your mood, the way it works. So as I've already mentioned, the very sort of safe and gentle touch activates this parasympathetic nervous system that we have, and that alone, that will calm somebody down, that will calm a person down by telling the nervous system it's safe and putting the body into a very relaxed and calm state, which allows breathing to slow down, which further induces this state of calmness. But also the touch itself, that releases all the feel-good hormones, so serotonin, endorphins, oxytocin, dopamine, all the hormones that make us feel wonderful and calm, and can kill any sort of the endorphins can kill pain that we're actually experiencing, and they will replace all of the stress hormones that might have been there, such as adrenaline, cortisol, all of those ones. So it sort of switches you from going from stress to calm. It's very clever. So clever how the body works. And just to mention also that with this sort of massage, it's a bit like your yoga practice or doing regular exercise. To actually see the benefits, the more frequently you have the massage, the more long lasting the effects will be, because each time you're working on further release of the traumas and keeping your body in the parasympathetic longer each time. When you have the massage, you don't just walk out of the treatment room and it's done. The work's still being done for days afterwards. It just continues to work in the body.
Brilliant. Thanks for those final words, Laura, and it's been amazing having you on, learning about restorative massage and where it comes from and exactly what setup is when you have a session. So it's been really interesting. So thank you very much for coming on.
You're very welcome.
So this is Jackie Grant, We Grant Fitness and Health, signing off, your health and lifestyle advocate. We're granting you the wish of better health and fitness.